The Minecraft movie was amazing. Now, I took my kids to watch Minecraft tonight. I went, my oldest son, my youngest son, my daughter, the boyfriend, girlfriends, all that, and my kids, and then my wife. And I'm telling you right now, I didn't know what to expect. Now, we've seen various clips on TikTok all over the internet, and it was a must see for us because, of course, my daughter and my son were raised on it, and then my youngest son, he really plays it a lot too. So all I know going in to watch it is this is what all the kids watch. This is like the main video game that has taken, has been very successful, should I say, over the last 10 years? I don't know. Anyways, like I said, the only thing I didn't really, like too much about it was Jack Black. They say that he's a Satanist and all this, whatever. Trump hater, whatever. But like I said, I took my family, me and my son wore matching shirts or similar shirts, should I say. And I kid you not, we were excited. I was excited all week. My wife got the tickets early. You had to get them kind of quick because they sold out. And I knew that even on a Sunday in Midland, Texas, with school tomorrow, that it will be packed. And packed it was. I kid you not. The minute you walked into the theater, it's like back in the day. I haven't experienced this kind of feeling in a very long time. Probably, I would say 20, 15 years probably. For real, you walk in and the place is a buzzing. There's trash and popcorn all over the floor. It was a lot of people for a Sunday night in Midland, Texas. Again, my wife had to get the tickets early, and I'm glad she did so. So we go into the movie theater. We're there early. We're kicking back. It's a great situation, great time. Except for my youngest son, he was not too much of a fan, but he's a real stickler for the game. But anyways, like I said, we watched the movie, and I kid you not, from the minute it started to the very end of the movie, highly entertaining. Now, me as a parent watching it, I didn't see nothing that was not good for kids to see. It wasn't woke. It wasn't weird. There was no, horrendous scenes in it, nothing like explicit whatsoever. It was good from beginning to the end. What I liked about it being basically a YouTuber, whatever I am, a cinematographer myself, is just the whole vibe of the movie. The whole vibe of the movie is like it's a great color, the graphics, everything about it, the CGI, everything in this movie was just top shelf. Grade A material. Awesome movie, like I said, from beginning to end. Very entertaining. It kept all of us, on our seats watching it. And I kid you not, I'm just being honest with this review about it. And like I said, we watched it from the beginning to the end. We were our eyes stuck on the screen. Very funny. A lot of good, funny clips in it. Good, funny moments. Kids were laughing, yelling at the right times. They weren't acting too crazy like I seen in TikTok, but there were certain parts of the movie where obviously a lot of the kids knew exactly what was going to be said. I don't know how, but they know the Minecraft lore. I don't. Like I said, very entertaining movie, especially for being an adult. Me and my wife, we laughed our butts off in the movie, and it was very good to say the least. So if you are a parent that wants to take your kid to watch this, me being a Christian, we went and watched it, and like I said, there was nothing bad about it whatsoever. And I just like the whole aesthetic, the vibe, the way it looked. You could tell this right here shows you how Hollywood should make movies. Straight up. Not woke, funny, very entertaining, and without trying to ruin it, the storyline, like I said, it was just a great movie in my opinion. Like I said, my son, he's being a critic of it because he's a hardcore Minecraft player, but like I said, for me being a parent that took my kids, I saw how other kids were acting, how my daughter was acting, and my oldest son, they loved it. They loved the movie. The little kids loved it. There was little kids dancing, they were shouting, and I kid you not, at the very end, everybody started clapping loud. They clapped really loud at the end of the movie, and I'm telling you, you don't see that kind of stuff no more. It's been probably about maybe 10 years since I've heard them do that at a movie out here in Midland, Texas. Round of applause at the end of the movie. And like I said, the whole time, excitement was in the air. Trash everywhere. It just felt like back in the day, going to a movie theater, in the good old days, if I could say so myself. So anyways, like I said, Minecraft was awesome, amazing, good good movie, should I say. And if you get a chance to take your family, especially if your kids like to play Minecraft, I thought it was great. Hopefully there's a sequel. If there is, best believe I'm gonna take my kids to watch it. And when this one comes out, we're gonna buy it probably even on Blu-ray. But like I said, Minecraft, y'all, awesome movie. I actually give it a 9 out of 10. My wife gave it an 8. My daughter gave it a 10 out of a 10. My son gave it a 1. Like I said, he's kind of salty about it. But anyways, like I said, it was a great movie. Family fun. Just the whole vibe in the whole movie theater. Again, like I said, I haven't experienced that in a very long time. And then they gave it a round of applause at the end. Kids happy, cheering. Good old days, y'all. So with that, that's my review of the movie Minecraft. Hope you enjoy it when you get a chance. Awesome movie. Later.